It's always been a struggle of mine. Less and less, but some days it really cuts deep here. You know, I was a boy. I joined the cadets, joined the Army Reserve, the Army. I felt that maybe if I went to Iraq, if I went to Afghanistan, you know, I would be like those men at the Legion who have those medals, you know, that somehow I would know something, you know, or maybe society would look at me like, oh yeah, he did something, and like it would fill a hole. I think it's like that for a lot of guys who join the army, if I'm completely honest. But here it's different. It's all about intention, and you know, some of my greatest heroes are doctors. I live but to serve them. I'll go to places where I hope they wouldn't go and get people to them, because they're too valuable. And I wrote to Starsky. Well, that's a good one over there. I wrote to him the other day about my friend Jenya in the most recent YouTube upload. I said, you know, like 100 guys in that battalion have some combat experience. That's not good. 100 guys in that battalion have some combat experience. It's like anything could happen, but in reality, I've got more experience than most of them. I could help better. And it's like, I don't volunteer for that, you know? So like when people say hero, like let's be honest, the heroes, I don't know. He said to me, he said, bro, it takes 2 weeks to train a rifleman. It takes 2 months to train a medic. And it takes years of hard work or freak luck that you should have a YouTube platform where you can do things. And I've never acknowledged this on here, but SBU watches my videos, but so does FSB. I've had to take down one video out of over 100, but somebody's happy with the work. Somebody in Ukraine is happy with the work we're doing on here, and it's not just me, it's you guys. So get over yourself, Brandon, and do your fucking job. So here we are, sunny Pavlograd. This is hometown of the Hospitallers. It's like our spiritual home base. But when full-scale invasion started, of course we pulled back to Kiev, and this was still operational as well. I remember the first time I came here. I wish maybe someday I can do a video of our base here. It's got, like, when we used to live in the church in Kiev, like it was never going to be forever, and the base there, it's starting to feel like a real home. But the one here, I don't know, it's very Soviet, but it feels like a real home, all right. Pavlorod's an all right town, you know. It's got some nice bits to it. Big long stretch, very, very Soviet. But we haven't had to break those out yet, not like the Russians. Harley's got the money now, thanks to myself, Swampy, other people who pumped him. He's got his EOD course paid for in Kosovo. I really want to go take that, you know, so I can clear the Kazakh routes. But that's good work to be doing after the war, just blowing up mines and shit. And I was thinking, because you can't do that work here in the winter because the ground's frozen, South Pacific Islands, places like that from the war with Japan, they pay good money to do that. I could go do that in the winter and I'd come back here and clear in the summer. That'd make a cool YouTube channel, wouldn't it? Yeah, so we got everything here. I think the KFC's next one up. like I said before, I really like the murals, you know. It's you can do a lot here if you want to make things pretty. And I'll just park here because I ain't gonna get any better than this. I don't know if yellow's parking or not. They might say something to me, but then I'll just say, yeah, я канадский волонтер. Ah, спасибо, дякую. And gets me out of trouble all the time. Right, so now we get some KFC and we're ready to roll. But I've not spent much time in this town. Isn't that nice? So is this. Buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so now we got that. I'm going to give you a toilet tour. Those are really popular in my Instagram stories. Those are always a bit more spacious, but I feel guilty when I come out of them. So it's like sometimes I have to walk with a limp. See, it's clean. That's not a pubic hair. Ugh. What am I cleaning it for? I'm only doing a piss. God, you can turn the camera off now, I'll get demonetized. But now we go wash our hands. Good scrub. Seems like I always smell like diesel permanently. Ugh. I cut myself last night. Lifting generators, I bled for Ukraine. Good music. Anybody ever watch Seinfeld? It's like I dance like Elaine. Better get the fuck out of here. So mine's not up on the list yet, but I think that's them coming. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. 3? Yeah. Okay.
5.
Хорошо. Карта? Okay. Coin rolls. Haven't seen those in years. Спасибо.
Пожалуйста, хорошего дня.
So the chicken girls, the KFC ladies, they're a lot nicer here than in Dnipro. I think that's it's just nice to be nice. I've worked some service jobs, and you know, when you ask someone how they're doing, I always do. I don't know if anyone else cares. And they all be a lot better at 5 o'clock, mate. I've been up, I've been down. Some of the best fun I've had is the shittest paying jobs. Do you know what I mean? Because you can act a clown. Kind of had an office job in a call center once, but I got fired because we had all those little cubicles, and I came in with these sock puppets, like Kermit the Frogs, and I just try to scare people and stuff, you know, when they were on calls. And yeah, I got fired. Or if somebody give me attitude on the phone, I was like, well, I'm going to transfer you to my manager. And they're like, okay. And I transfer them to the Chinese line. And ching dong dong dong. And you'd hear them, I'd wait. And like, what the fuck? It's like, don't take your anger out on me, motherfucker. You guys can trust me with thousands of dollars, but you can't trust me with chicken. I admit that. I'm just a hopeless addict. You've got to place this chicken tactically. I shouldn't even have one right now. But I could test it for the soldiers to make sure it tastes good for the soldiers. Maybe. Oh my god. I immediately regret doing that. Maybe I'll get some road chicken. So maybe just a quick tour of an Oko. I'm getting 40 litres diesel for one of the generators we're giving out today. So those were the days. Добрый. Номер 4, 40 литров дизель.
Четвертая у вас заправка?
Да.
Четвертая колонка, дизель пульс, так?
Дизель пульс. Один пакет Camel жовтый и...
Одна пачка в блок?
Nie, одна пачка. Да. И flat white.
XL?
SD. Nie, спасибо. I know, it's just your job.
Добре. І також не забувайте про замовлення.
Omnivosh, не. KFC wins. I like to turn it a bit. So, we're running this one a little bit slack. Fuck me, what is that in that tire? Do I dare pluck it out? But that's always been my philosophy for years. Like, once I stopped being a drug addict and a pothead loser. No disrespect to people who are potheads, because I know a lot of people, and I'm pro-choice, but I was a pothead loser. You should always check things in life, like do your preparations. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So one thing I always thought, like, sounds silly, but as soon as I joined Hospitalers and I knew what ambulance we were having, I changed a tire and I practiced. Do you know, like, how quick could I change a tire? Now I don't use bottle jacks anymore because I'm better funded, so I've got a pump jack. But I think, like, even a doctor working in an ambulance should know how to check the oil. They should know how to change a tire. I think a gunner should at least, especially if you're in a medical battalion, should probably at least know how to use an eye gel. You know what I mean? Which is a bit more advanced, I suppose. Okay, so that one's running 3.5. 3.5's good with weight if you're going off-road. And I don't know what I'm going for today. This is gonna sound real silly, you know, like, who am I to give life advice to anyone? But I just share my experience. Then I drive by the tire fill, and I wasn't sure of the state of my tires, but I thought for a second, you should do that, Brandon. But my natural reaction, oh, I don't want to do that, I can't be arsed. Well, there's like yes or no situations, fight or flight in life, and decisions have to be made in a millisecond. And so here's basically how my conscience works. If I've got a decision to make, in 1 millisecond, I know what is right. But then what comes after that, like a second later, that is like, oh, well, maybe you don't need to, you know what I mean? Like, you could do it later, and that's bullshit. I give into bullshit a lot. The more I do the right thing, the more easy it is to do the right thing. Here's a good example for you. You want me to get real honest with you? Like when I just have the impulse, oh, let's look at something on the internet. Wikipedia, we'll say. You know, for example. And I know right away, you shouldn't do that. That's no good for you. I'll go on just this once. And then next thing you know, you're looking on Wikipedia all the time and you're clicking on blue things, you're reading about Winston Churchill, and then the more you read about Winston Churchill, you click on another blue thing, you're looking at real weird stuff. You know what I mean? And it leads to like pink elephants. I know what's right in like that, and if I just do that, the more I do that, the easier it is to do. Not be conflict avoidant, you know what I mean? Like to tell the truth. Now, there's certain things I've learned, even I fucking know, you shouldn't lie. Like when your girlfriend says, what do you think, do you think this makes me look fat? She asked you, like, do you like this dress or that dress? Worst thing you could ever say to a woman. Don't be a soy boy. Oh, well, what do you think, honey? She doesn't care. She asked what you think, you know, so I learned that. But then there's other things. You gotta lie to women and lie through your teeth. Life advice from Brandon. That is called a murder, I believe. I don't know why they're always here. Have you ever seen so many fucking crows in your life? It's really quite impressive. I mean, it's got to be like a crow colony. That's what it is. The crow capital. All crows. Here's another crow. Like, just running on his own, like me. And that's why you run on your own, Brandon. Just leave. Поехали. Go Donbas! Ooh, there we go. What is that, Massey Ferguson? No, it's a Zetor. Don't have a clue what a Zetor is. That's called a Ural, if anybody don't know. Another evacuation going in a Navara box configuration. Screw you, Lada. I think it's called a Zhili. So now, I'm gonna show you one of the biggest tourist traps in Ukraine. Everybody's got to get that picture because you were never in Donbas if you weren't. We'll just pass this. What? Do you know what Soviet cars and me have in common? You can shit on them all you want, but they still keep going. You know where these boys are going. They're going the same place I'm going, and they're going a kilometer or two further. And that's everything they've got. Like, look at these vehicles. They just put it together with the best they can, and they fucking go. They fucking go. I don't get emotional like this very often, but some won't come home, and that's our job to do, to make sure as many of them do, and to give them the best we can. Like Zhenya gives me these socks yesterday. These are good fucking socks. Do you know what I mean? I won't give shit socks, and it's like I don't know. I got every med supply I've got from other people. I bought the good gloves, like I said, the mechanics. I don't know. I've got about 600 rounds, about half a dozen grenades. Yeah, do you know? But that's not as useful. That's not as useful as radios, as generators. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it'll be our grandchildren. If we beat, yeah, this is my vision, because and I'm no intelligent man, or I don't have the secret vision like the politicians, or like some of the YouTube comments. But it's like, if we beat Russia here and this doesn't turn into World War III, it won't work that way. But we should pay back the Ukrainians, grandchildren's grandchildren. Certainly in gratitude. But I don't know if they're on a Lend-Lease program and they're going to pay for this for the next 2 centuries. I don't know if these weapons are free or not. I'm not that guy. It's a Great Wall, which is a Chinese truck they've had since the old war. They're tough as boots, cheap to repair. The only problem with them, they've got a 120 horsepower engine, but they're pretty good. You can shoot the shit out of them. You can't blow the gear. You can't blow the clutch on. Well, I'm sure you can, but I remember me and Valentine used to ride, and I'd ride shotgun, and I'd just light a cigarette, and he'd be plowing through the fields, going 80 the whole way. And you know, sometimes they do that in Ukraine. We go through these fields, through the side roads, like, because it's better condition than the roads. I just light the cigarettes for him, and he's got his soundtrack too. Valentine the Wolf from Pershettankov. Used to call me Canada, Akroshka, Shashlik. Backstreet Boys, I called them. And in the summertime under the tree, every morning they'd have like a little barbecue, and they were all, you know, but good guys. Valentine, are you the wolf? Are you the wolf? You drank all my milk, you bastard. Freeze, motherfucker! Now, I don't know if you can make that out. That cloud. Now I'm in the fucking trees. Still kind of barely see it. Anyway, that's high mark. Camera wasn't going during the flash. But oh well. So that's another thing. When you're following Google Maps and you know when it suggests a faster route and you're like, oh well, that's good. That's not always good in our case. Good thing I clued into that. Brandon. On containers, I will give you the diesel, because she said
Є пусті баклажки
Олег-
на соляру?
it was Oleg I talked to before.
Yeah.
So I said I'd bring some diesel.
Yeah, we have a lot diesel for now.
Under the bottom. Yeah, just.
Заниз.
You got the side? Okay, there we go. There we go. Хорошо.
That's it.
Yeah,
Very good.
it's very good, this model. Fucking nahli.
I think you learned some Ukrainian words.
I'm driver. Прямо, право, лево, больница, 5, 4, підери там. Да, підери там. Давай. Мой український підери добре, да?
I will talk with some commanders and.
But she
say-
told me you need, the brigade needs a lot of supplies. So I've been collecting things.
Supplies like medical supplies.
Narcotic, antibiotic, ECG. So I got ECG will be here next week.
Oh,
Starlink. Pick one of these. Maybe this is the one I tried myself.
it's worked.
The surgeon in Dnipro, I bought 50 of them because now they are legal.
Okay, thank you very much for this gift. It helped us to help our soldiers. Glory to Ukraine and.
As you can see, Panda's very nice guy. He's not like Azov, Third Assault, when they say, thank you for this generator, it will help us kill Russians.
Yeah.
But he's a great medic. Thank you for everyone who supported. And we got 10 pairs of boots and 12 pairs of mechanics and socks. Everybody loves socks.
Yes, of course.
My babushka always buys me socks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Как дела? Slava Ukraine, Kishka. If it comes down to it, if we have to leave, we must bring all the Kishkas so they don't become DNR Kishka.
They wouldn't.
He's cute, and there's mommy. Okay, no dobranic. Chasleva. Well, that was a good delivery. On the road again. Get on the road again.